Hello everyone, we're back on the crappy ass phone. Apologize for that, but in this case I don't think you'll mind. This is one of those videos you probably don't want to have a good view. We're gonna look at a video. I've never done this before. Gonna look at it and make fun of, certainly, and shit talk and prove how they're wrong of the quartering. And I've talked about the quartering, I'm pretty sure. Definitely on Twitter, but also like I think there's at least one video I talked about him, like heteronormative shit like that or whatever. But I'll go briefly cover if you don't know who he is, you're lucky first of all. But he's essentially just a random YouTuber, a anti-SJW type. This man that basically makes his bones being the biggest shithead possible, making up all shit, calling everything woke. Just a big stupid man who hates anything with a character who isn't straight or white or cis. And even if it's only a few seconds, he recently went on tirade where he was shitting all over the movie Lightyear. Not because it's an unnecessary movie, not because it's a bad movie. I don't know how the movie is, but I've heard it's bad. But because there was literally a less than like 10-second clip of a lesbian couple who I think had a lesbian kiss, and that was it. Like that, they weren't even the focus of the scene. The man is stupid and shitty and really, really garbage. And he's been garbage for a long time. It's not like he got any worse, but there's been some stuff going on. When lately, he's getting going on these rants because now he's mad that Ben Shapiro, well, now that Ben Shapiro got banned, he should get banned. He's a piece of shit too. But Jordan Peterson and Dave Rubin got banned from Twitter, and why? Because they dead named Elliot Page. Now, Jordan Peterson is a weird Canadian jackass who basically got famous for being transphobic and making up these weird rules for life and trying to tell men what to do because you need a mentor to be how a man. And Dave Rubin is a gay conservative who basically kisses the ass of people who hate his fucking guts, including Ben Shapiro, his best friend, who literally told him on camera he wouldn't even go to his wedding because he opposed it because of his religion. So keep that in mind. And these are the people that this man is standing quartering. Who? And this is the idea of his shitty thumbnails. Like, look at these douchebags. Like, Ben Shapiro looks like a smug prick you want to punch in the face. Elon Musk looks like not Darth Vader. I won't make it sound cool, but he looks like a fucking fascist dude. Dave Rubin is just looking like he's smirking like he just ate some shit. And Elliot Page looks better than all of them because he's just fucking chilling. I forgot to say Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson looks like he just spelled something bad. Probably quartering farts. But alright, let's watch this video and roast the fucker. And I'll be putting my own thoughts on some of the things he said because he's lying second shit. And warning, there's definitely going to be some transphobic in this. I don't know if he's going to say slurs, but he's definitely going to just say some fucked up shit because that's the person he is. And fuck him. Fuck you, quartering. Fuck you, quivering. We're going to get... Of course, we get an ad.
Important thing sweeping the world, more important than famine, more important than war, or homelessness, or the epidemic of pills hitting Americans, more important than global warming, more important than cancer or anything else. It's the number one most important thing. And Twitter itself has decided that it must come down hard. The hardest it comes down on literally anything. Even it is stricter, and I'm not kidding you, it is stricter on this particular thing than it is on pictures of little ones. Remember Twitter getting sued for refusing to remove those types of pictures? Yes, I of course am talking about the new most important thing in your life, dead naming.
And there he's being a shithead already. Let's talk about things there. First of all, dead naming a trans person when you know their real name. It's bad. You should never dead name a trans person. What dead naming is like when you call a trans person by their former name that they don't want to be called by anymore. And there's a lot of reasons why that's bad, mainly because it brings up feelings, or could bring up feelings that they don't want to experience. And dead naming, if you don't know, if you haven't heard or know this, it should be equated to, if you're doing it intentionally, to a trans person, using a slur on a trans person. That's what it should be. It should be the same as you saying the N-word, or saying any, calling somebody a gay person the F-word. That's what it falls into, that category. If you do it intentionally. And shithead over here, quivering, is trying to make a mockery already of how unimportant it is because he's a shitty douchebag piece of shit. You know, like how this world is run by really evil cis people, and like you have cis dudes like me who just try to be normal and chill and be good people and not be horrible, try to be a decent person. He's an example of the horrible cis, especially because he's a cis white dude. He's exactly the cis white dudes that people think of when they think of horrible cis white dudes. This fucker right here. Like, fucking hell. And the fact that he likes some of the shit, or at least claims to like some of the shit, like, makes me pissed off, too, because fuck that. See those mother boxes on the side? I wish those really worked, and instead of this bitch apocalypse. That's where he deserves to go, apocalypse. But anyway, okay, let's look at some other bullshit. I don't know about the thing about Twitter, what he said about, like, they let some little ones go, or whatever, but, so he's talking about, child porn, and disgusting child porn, and his thing makes no sense because a little back history of me. I used to be aligned with the MAP sheriff, as he was known. It was a group of antis being anti-pedophiles, any people like that, trying to get them off the internet, basically Twitter. And what we would do in this group, he would tell us the people that were posting stuff like that. We would go to their page. He would point out, don't scroll down because you might see something horrible. Just go to the page and report them immediately. So we all did that and mass reported. Because mass reporting is really the fastest way to get somebody pulled off Twitter. So his bullshit about dead naming and getting it, no, it's not true. It's just that people were mass reporting shitheads like Jordan Peterson really fast. Because he's very known to be a transphobe anyway, Jordan Peterson. So people know what they're in for, and he's a shithead anyway. He's made a lot of enemies just by being a scumbag. So this is not something where, oh, they reacted fast. No. In fact, most of the time, Twitter takes forever to react. Also, his thing is so stupid because no one's saying it's more important than any of those things. It's just him saying this because he's a complete lying sack of shit and a moron. And a little side note about the quartering that you might not know. He's been a good chunk of time this year on his Twitter page calling anybody who is gay or trans a groomer for no reason other than the fact they're gay or trans. Including Keffels, who is kind of sort of feuding with him right now, based on the fact that he keeps calling her a groomer with zero proof. And honestly, I think he should get sued for this shit, but I don't know if anybody would have enough money to sue him. I'm sure it'd be an easy case to win, it's just a matter of having the money, though. Anyway, let's get back to watching this shithead.
What is dead naming, you might be asking? Well,
I just explained it.
I'm surprised you don't know about it, because it's the most important, shocking thing that anyone can do, and it is sweeping many prominent conservatives off the platform. It's the new tool.
Good.
To trick
what do you think?
Conservatives into getting banned off of Twitter. It already got Jordan Peterson. This morning it got Dave.
It didn't. There's no tricking involved. Jordan Peterson went out of his way to dead name Elliot Page for literally no fucking reason. And then when asked to delete the tweet, he said he would rather die. So I don't give a shit. And then Dave Rubin, that piece of garbage, literally was actually talking about the situation dead name Elliot Page again because he is just a piece of shit. He doesn't care, you know. Nobody is tricking these dudes. These dudes are doing their own shit. That's like if you, Mr. Quartering, said like the N-word in a pod in one of your videos, and then you got banned off YouTube for that, and you're like, oh, somebody tricked me to say the N-word. Like, no, bitch. You're a racist bitch. There's no tricking involved.
Ruben, and it's likely to get Ben Shapiro later today as well.
Unfortunately, no, Ben's still there.
It is not a big deal, in my opinion. It is simply referring to somebody's given name, in particular if they are a member of the trans community. So if you've transitioned or if you
given name, bitch, there's plenty of people who don't use their given name in acting in general who are cis, and you aren't sitting here calling Nicolas Cage Nicolas Coppola, are you? You dipshit. You weren't calling Hulk Hogan Terry Bollea, I assume. Dumbass motherfucker.
You are, and you used to go by the name Bill, and now you go by the name Fluffer Butter. If you say Bill, you get banned from Twitter. Quite frankly. It is pathetic. It is extremely weak. And
you're one to talk about being pathetic and weak. You would be the expert at that, wouldn't you, Quartering?
So an interesting loophole that, first of all, conservatives are getting baited into falling for. And
such a lie.
Twitter has decided this is the most important thing that they can possibly enforce. It's the most important thing imaginable. It is I don't know. I can't think of a worse offense. This morning,
He's so
you
shit.
can see Twitter suspends.
Yeah, there's
now,
the dead
this
name.
goes back to last
Okay,
week.
no, it's just saying the.
Twitter suspends Jordan Peterson's account after comments about the actor in a movie, the Juno movie, which came out a bazillion years ago and no one cares about. Now, my position, even though I've had an extraordinary...
No one cares about you. You're just a stupid fat jackass who makes the same shitty videos where you lie your ass off for essentially 10 minutes to your group of rabid 14-year-old edgelords. Like, who do you think you are, dude? Like, Elliot Page is literally on a TV show on Netflix that just had his new season released. The fuck have you had? Coffee brand coffee? You were literally on Twitter saying the other day, oh, my YouTube channel could just get pulled and I'd be kind of out without a safety net or whatever. I had trouble sleeping because of that. Like, fuck you. You whiny bitch. Like, it is so stupid.
Fairly annoying interaction with several people on Twitter over the past few days. My opinion remains. Live and let live. You're an adult. You want to chop parts of your body off? Go ahead. That's your decision. It's a decision I personally believe you will deeply regret one day, but that doesn't mean I'm right. That's just my opinion. And so what, right? You disagree.
Sorry. I'm drinking some wine here.
We disagree. That's okay.
Okay, I'm gonna speak a little on this because I have had surgery, but because I had gallstones, I had my gallbladder removed, and I don't regret having my gallbladder removed. I'm just making that clear. It was something I needed to have done because it helped me and made me better. And I don't regret it a single second as a cis man who had his gallbladder removed. I know that's not the same thing, but I'm making a point because these arguments are so stupid. It's idiots like the transphobic motherfuckers like this that make dumb like statements like this that make no sense because they're trying to appeal to, try to play both sides. They try to appeal to, oh well, I said no, I think you may regret it, but you need my business. Like no, they're injecting their own shitty commentary, and yet they have you ever heard? I mean, obviously, maybe you watch shitty people like this, but just in general, I think if you like check, like, there's never an outrage about anybody who's cis getting any surgery for whatsoever reason. Like Pamela Anderson, for example, getting breast implants. Nobody was mad about that. Other people who've had their nose jobs or whatever, any kind of surgery like that, like any kind of what was it? Queen Latifah had her breast reduced at one point. Nobody was saying they're going to regret it. The wrestlers have surgeries all the time. Nobody's telling them they're going to regret it. They might tell them don't wrestle after you have the surgery, but they're not going to tell them they're going to regret it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get my point? Nobody says this shit, but when it's a trans person, you get a so-called academic who's really just an uneducated fool from an educated school saying this dumb shit because he wants to cause controversy and be a shithead. And he faced consequences for his actions. Now he's crying like a little bitch. And here's Quartering crying for him too.
You're an adult. You want to do that, more power to you. Doesn't make you special. Doesn't mean you should be getting extra protection. But Jordan Peterson...
There's no extra protection. It's literally in the rules of Twitter, you moron. Did you read the terms of service or not? I know. I didn't read all the terms of service, but I'm pretty damn sure if I was out here saying slurs to people, I would get banned. And the same thing with deadnaming. I know better to do that because I'm not a shitty person like you. And I know it's a big deal to trans people. Maybe there's some trans people who don't mind it. But most of them, especially if you do it intentionally, yeah, that's not good. There's nothing about that that's good. It is a very cruel and intentional shitty thing to do. It's a very fucked up thing to do. Kind of like your dumbass trying to call people groomers with zero proof. You fucking shithead.
Of course, wrote an article, wrote a piece, a tweet about the washed-up actor.
Okay, the dead name is in the thing. I'm not gonna focus on that. I'm just focus on this dipshit.
They came out as trans because no one was talking about them, in my opinion, but maybe they were. I don't know.
You see how this dude is? Like, he can't even fucking say one thing without talking out of his ass at the same time. He can't just say, "Oh, they came out as trans 2020," and just leave it at that. No, he's got to be a little shithead. No one was talking about him. Bitch, ain't nobody talking about your bitch ass. Nobody fucking heard of your bitch ass in years. Only people know your bitch ass are the people that watch you or the people that make fun of you. That's your two sections. You aren't bringing any new audiences. And you're like, yeah, you're like the shittiest. You're probably the shittiest of the YouTube Chud Patrol, as I like to call them. But what is that really? That's just being the shittiest of the shitty. Is that so good? Hold on, I gotta take a little. And we're back, like we never left, because you didn't know I left. Oh, I want to point out one more thing about this hypocritical hate monger over here. It's funny him trying to say anything about, protecting the little ones, pictures of little ones, trying to say that, because in addition to him calling people groomers with zero proof, spreading that hate, he has defended a 40-year-old woman. Oh, I'm sorry, a woman in her 40s, not even 40, who groomed a teenage boy until he was 17. And then they had sex. That's literally, look it up on Twitter if you think I'm lying. He's saying about Asia Argento. Famous comments that he made. Since he's been calling Keffels a groomer the last few days, people have been digging up left and right. I've seen it before. But yeah. Also, Dusty Smith, I think, has a clip of it. At least probably in several YouTube videos. If you watch Cold of Dusty. And speaking of Dusty, sorry to keep segueing here. Dusty also got banned from Twitter a long time ago. A huge Twitter account he had that he says was done by Shoe On Heads fans. I don't know if that's true or not, but he also has said that he hates it. He's fine with it, but he hates it, and he had to start from scratch. But he used that as proof that leftists can get banned from Twitter all the time. Keep in mind, I don't know if Dusty said there's anything. He might be omitting parts, or he might have forgot parts. I understand that. I forget shit I say on Twitter in real life all the time. So maybe he did say something to bring that, but that's the thing. If you have a group of people that can mass report, that's what this bitch doesn't get either. Like his little culty fan base, you can get people pulled pretty easily. And he mentions this also, speaking of couples, she got banned the other day on Twitter, but she got her Twitter back like less today. And also, because he's such a bastion of true conviction, he hates when like these shitheads are banned, but he was celebrating couples getting banned. There's a video he has called Cry Bully, biggest cry bully banned off Twitter. You know, he's happy about it. Like, if you're going to be someone who's against banning people on Twitter, you should be against banning, like, I can understand the worst of the worst, like, actual pedophiles and molesters and people like that, and racists. I'd go further and say transphobes, so he'd be fucking gone too, and homophobes, he'd be gone again. Jordan Peterson, I don't know if Jordan Peterson is a homophobe, but he probably is, let's be honest. You know, I take a step further, so you ban all them fuckers, all them bigoted bitches, but... You know, you have some kind of line that you say these people will ban, but not just someone you disagree with. Not because you don't like them. So that's what I mean. He has no morals.
And said that they would be
He's
going
not
by
consistent
the name
either.
Elliot instead of Ellen. Jordan Peterson was...
You're misgendering them, asshole.
Dead naming. It's a made up thing, by the way. It's not a it's not a crime. It's not and by the way, here's the thing. Yeah.
Some made up thing. It's a real thing, you dipshits. You complete ass clown. Like, you're not this stupid. It's someone who you have, at least in some way, as dumb as your fucking ass is. I'm not giving you credit for you're smart. No. You know well enough to know that trans people, generally, as a rule, do not like dead naming. There might be some that are okay with it, especially if it's like an honest slip up. And that's the truth. But you know, mainly, that's the thing you don't fucking do. You absolute cunt. There's no fucking way you're playing it. Oh, no, that's a bit thing. You fucking know, you dipshitted ass. I would believe Call for an Uprising doesn't know, because I don't think he gives a single fuck. I don't think Call for an Uprising has talked to like one other person in his life besides himself. But this bitch knows. He fucking knows.
I will repeat. Live your best life, kid. Go do your thing, chop off whatever you want. I don't care. It doesn't affect me in any way.
You made a 10-minute video ranting about how much you care about it.
If people like
and keep talking about it.
Transition, because most people remember you from Juno, a billion years ago movie. So if they happen to use your full name, I don't agree that is a bannable offense.
Why does he keep bringing up Juno? Like, yeah, that movie came out quite a while ago. But there's been movies with Elliot Page and shows since then. The Umbrella Academy, you dipshit ass. Or what, does he hate that because there's queer people on there and there's people that are not white on there? Is that why he hates that show? It sounds like something he would fucking hate. So obviously. But like, there's literally all kinds of... Inception was more recent than Juno. And he's in Inception. How do you not fucking know Inception? Like, this dude is just so stupid. This is like if you just called think of an act, like if you just kept calling Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider, like he was in Ghost Rider a million years ago, like he's been in shit since then. This dense motherfucker. Like the only reason he's bringing up Juno is obvious. He's trying to make people think of the name they were using then, or the name he was using. I should say. I'm sorry, I don't mean to misgender them. He was using then, but the only reason he's like that doesn't even hold weight because literally he was using the name in almost every movie he was in up until a certain point. Okay. So he's so stupid. Like, does he think like, for example, if a celebrity gets married and they use a new name, like, and they release a DVD with that name for a old movie, that changes the movie? Like, no, the movie still exists. What is he talking about? It doesn't change the substance of the movie or the show. Like, come on, dude. You act like you live in a reality that makes zero sense.
I think it's kind of a low blow when people use it in an argument to get over.
Huh?
But even then, like, is it really that big of a deal?
Yes.
So you see,
yes. We're not gonna look at his shitty daughter.
Twitter strike. It's not a Twitter strike. I don't know, Michaelia. I don't know. Anyway, Jordan's daughter revealed that why he was banned, and it was for him saying, "Remember when pride was a sin?" And and actor Page. I don't even know what I can say on YouTube. That's how pathetic this world is.
You can say Elliot Page was his fucking name, you dumbass.
Actor from Juno, chopped off.
You can also say the Umbrella Academy actor. Why you keep going to Juno? Wait. Is your brain stuck in 2007? Is that what you keep saying? That explains a lot with this dumb shit. This shit. His brain is literally in 2007. He's still sitting here going, "Oh, why is the world changing? Why we have all these gay characters? Why are all these trans people? Why is it not okay for me to say slurs anymore? What's going on? The world's changing around me. I don't understand it." Like, you fucking dipshit ass.
Jordan Peterson was banned is because he used their legal name. Well, maybe they've legally changed it, but their birth given name.
You can't even fucking say your shit
this
right.
Is arbitrary, and in many ways it's compelling speech. It's saying if you don't use whatever name I say I want to go by, you get to be banned. Now, straight people do not get the same protection, right? If I say wanted to go by JD instead of Jerry.
Let's say that the quartering, if I came on Twitter and I just kept on like needling you, I kept on adding you and saying like, "Hey shithead, hey dipshit, hey cunt face," like I just kept calling you different insulting names. After a certain point, you would tell me, "Hey, stop that. That's not my name, and also it's really insulting." And you got me banned from Twitter for harassment. This is exactly the same situation. Except I'm just not using that name. I'm using another name for you. That's why your dumbass is so stupid on this shit. Like, you realize that. You know this. You're just a dumb, lying sack of shit that has to show your coffee and your shitty takes. And you're also a coward who didn't even have the guts to face Keffels in a debate. Because we know. You're a cowardly chicken shit. Just like your hero, Steve Coward. Cold Feet Crowder himself. So, yeah. What was I going to say? Oh. So his point about the birthdays thing, the mere fact that you even have to bring up, they might have legally changed it, but you still want to call him by his birth name, shows that you were going out of your fucking way to be a dickhead for zero reasons. I mean, I know you're naturally a dickhead. Like, obviously. You're a shitty person. Obviously, that's dead on, straight up, right there. Like, that's not even up for debate. But you're going to this extra length. This would be like me randomly wanting to keep calling Hulk Hogan Terry Bollea just because I think it's going to piss off Hulk Hogan. And I don't like Hulk Hogan. Fuck Hulk Hogan. But I don't even remember a time in my life I've called that man Terry Bollea. Except in WCW, that terrible New Blood storyline. But he was still called Hulk Hogan, so it doesn't even make sense there. But either way, like, or like, pick a celebrity to use the stage name. I mean, you call them by the names you know them as. Like, you don't go out of your way to go, "Oh, I'm going to find their real name."
Jeremy, and you used Jeremy. I could not break down in tears on TikTok and get your entire platform removed. However, if I said I identified as trans or non,
let's just start calling him JD then. Let's see how he likes that. Like, if you just call him JD, hey JD, I bet you he would get annoyed very fast.
And you did that, I could remove your livelihood. Take your Twitter platform.
Lively? What the fuck? Are you fucking serious? Jordan Peterson, his livelihood is Twitter now. Oh my god! Like Jordan Peterson, as shitty as a person he is, he still makes money off of his shittiness. Like he gets money from shitty books that he writes. Probably has somebody ghostwrite, whatever. He goes on speaking tours where he basically tells people even more pathetic than him how to live their lives. He's getting bank, okay? Like he's getting money. This is not his livelihood. And he made a YouTube video, basically shitting his own pants, where he has a face comment. He'd rather die than leak a tweet. So he did a 5-minute video. We're not gonna watch that. Maybe I will one day just to make fun of the fucker. But so like, if anything, he's gotten more material from getting banned off Twitter than not getting banned off Twitter. He's made more money off of that. Like, and also read this. Can you read this? I'll read it out loud. The 60-year-old has a history of disputes with Twitter, and the one most recent. They're being criticized for humiliating Sports Illustrated issue cover model Yumi Nu. Peterson boldly declared in May he was quitting the platform. Well, it's July. You didn't quit. You got banned. So this bitch wanted to leave anyway. So why do you care? Is the real question. His livelihood. Yeah, I'm sure losing his Twitter was so important. Like that's so stupid. Like if you're a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer, that might be something that helps you. But I don't even think that's your livelihood. But whatever. But Jordan Peterson is not those things. As shitty as he is, he's somebody who has other jobs. And Dave Rubin definitely is not his livelihood because he works for the goddamn Daily Wire. Wait, does he work for Daily Wire or Blaze? I think he works for Blaze. Man, I don't know. I get those two confused. They're basically the same bigoted, bullshit, lying sack of shit group that wants to destroy democracy, create a Christian theocracy, and punish anybody who isn't white or straight or cis. So, I don't know. But either way, he works for one of them. He gets a check for them. He publishes shitty books and shittier videos. I think he has a show on one of their services, like one of their websites. You have to pay to access, like on Patreon or something. Twitter is not his fucking livelihood. It's a promotional tool for him, but I don't even know if Twitter is anybody's livelihood. What the fuck is that?
On the way, get your YouTube channel banned. This is absurd.
His YouTube channel's not banned though, you stupid asshole. He literally made a YouTube video about this exact subject. You are lying so hard and projecting so hard.
Dave Rubin.
Yeah! Fuck you, bitch.
Posting a screenshot.
Good.
In context.
Fun fact, I was one of the people who reported that tweet that he posted. So I can take a little bit of a victory lap for getting that piece of shit, homophobic, fascist fuckhead Dave Rubin banned off Twitter. Because fuck that guy. By the way, Dave Rubin's so pathetic. He wrote a book called Don't Burn His Book that was supposed to bait liberals into burning it, but then nobody even did it, probably because liberals aren't going to buy his fucking book. And so he had to make a video on Twitter that he posted, I think other places do, where he burned the book himself. Talk about your epic backfires, man. They'll burn the book. Wait, why aren't you burning the book? Let's see what this shit has to say about the room. We're probably only going to go for like another 3 minutes because we're running out of time.
Context for why Jordan Peterson was banned. This is the hill everybody apparently wants to die on now. For me,
it's the one Jordan Peterson wants to die on because he said so.
I don't think there's any value in, I think you make your point, but you stay in the fight. That's my position.
What fight? What fight are you talking about? The fight to detonate trans people? Why do you want to detonate trans people so much? Quarterbrain. Let's be real here. Why do you want to detonate trans people? Why is that so important to you? Why is that such a big deal to you? You fucking shithead. Why do you care so much? Why is this where you so focus your energy on? Honestly, if you really feel that strongly about it, then do it, dipshit. Do it on Twitter, and if you get banned, you get banned. What do you care? Like, you're dying for your beliefs, right? And you have all these other shitty apps. You said you were gonna leave Twitter a long time ago. You're not leaving. Like, you should never dead name a trans person. But he's the kind of person who'll do it anyway. So, like, if he wants to do it, fucking put your money where your mouth is, bitch. Get banned, whatever. Like, I'm surprised you still haven't blocked me. You're like blocking everybody that follows Keffel. Somehow I haven't been blocked. Maybe this one could be blocked. I don't care. But yeah. Anyway.
Well, it's my opinion. With the Babylon Bee and with Jordan Peterson saying he'd rather die than delete the tweet.
The Babylon Bee. There, you even said it, bitch.
Make the point of how ridiculous the ban is and then get right back in the fight. I think that's more valuable than taking yourself out of the fight. and standing and looking at a distance at things. But
go to True Social and bitch about it then. Why don't you do that? Go to Trump's bullshit. Nothing's stopping you and your little fucking chud patrol. Look how sad Jordan Peterson looks. That's funny to me. He's such a sad old man. I'm so sad. He has a video where he's like, up yours, woke moralist. We'll see who cancels who. Guys are ridiculous. A 60-year-old man who acts like a toddler. Anyway, that's enough of that. We roasted the Corey enough. He's a dumbass. So is Jordan Peterson. So is Dave Rubin. And don't ever dead name a trans person, or you're a piece of shit. And fuck you. I don't care if you disagree. You can kick a brick to the head, or you can go with your head to the wall. I don't give a fuck. So anyway, thanks for watching though. I hope you had a good 4th of July. I'm not really feeling very pro-America, but I do like barbecues and, hanging with family sometimes is good. So, if you like that, that's good. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.